So I'm here in the garden and we've got a communication problem. When we're upstairs, we can't talk to the people downstairs. And when they're downstairs, they can't talk to me upstairs. So I've turned our Sonos and smart home into an intercom, allowing you to easily tap with one button on any tablet or device and immediately communicate with anybody anywhere in the house. And I'm going to show you how I've done it. So where are our Sonos speakers? There is one here, two in here, and even one up there. That's where a few of them are, but we have over 30 in the house. Basically one in every room. And that's what we need to make this work. So let me give you a demonstration. So this, as you can now see, is the application. It allows me to select one or more than one room. So in this example, I will select the gym, as that is where I currently am located. I have picked the gym. You then scroll down. You have volume adjustment, how loud you want the announcement to be. You then press, say what you want, let go, and it plays it. I'll now demonstrate. Can you hear me on YouTube? Can you hear me on YouTube? And there you go, there is the demonstration of the proof of concept. So now let's get into the technical aspects of how I've made this happen. So this is my diagram of the system. So you've got your iOS device, this be the device you're recording on. This can also be one of our wall tablets. I can't show you those because they are attached to the wall, shockingly enough. Then you've got the server and you've got Sonos. I guess you could simplify this down to eliminate the server and run the communication logic between the iOS and Sonos directly on iPhone. But I am using an external package that is the Sonos API. This runs natively on server. So we're using that, and that actually is better for us. It allows me to manage who can say what to what speaker and give me the ability to do it remotely, even when I'm not at home. So what happens is, on your iOS device, you create a little audio file. I guess realistically, this could also be a text file. You could just type in some text. Then what we do is we send from there to the server. The little audio file makes its way up here. It migrates using a HTTP request to the server. The server then saves that in a directory, and then it tells Sonos. We're going to go to Sonos and we're going to say play file at, and then we give it the path, so audio file.mp3. We tell the Sonos to play the file that is located at that path on the server. And all that happens is that Sonos speaker thinks it's playing an MP3 file and it plays that back, which is just what you recorded. And it couldn't get any more simpler than that. You can also, built into the API we are using, send a text file that allows you to just send text across. Of course, we do send some other metadata, like who played it and auth, to allow us to validate this. But on the basics, this is how simple it is. I'm now going to show you some code implementation of this. I'm now in the code implementation, and as you can see, we start recording when you hold the button, and then when you stop recording, we stop the recording, we get the recording URL, and then for every room you selected, we go to the Intercom shared singleton and send the audio that you recorded on device to that room at the volume level you suggested. Send audio literally makes a post request to an endpoint on the server to upload an intercom file. We then provide all of the file information required, as well as the volume, and we just get back a response that says whether it was completed or whether we threw an error in the process. And that's all that happens on the client side. Everything else takes place server side. So I've now got open the server side component, which is pretty simple. We've done all the auth stuff, I'm not going to show you that. But essentially, we take in the uploaded information, which is the room ID and the volume. We then take the audio clip that you have uploaded and save it to this directory with a unique name. And then all we do is play it on the speaker, which is essentially a function that makes a request to a local internal API that is what actually talks to Sonos. And this is the Sonos API. I'll show you that now. This is the Sonos API. It allows me to send custom commands to my Sonos speakers. That's both controlling them turning on and off and playing sounds, setting zones, grouping them up, and can do all of that sort of stuff. This is what it looks like in production, when it's running, you go here. So I can send a message, like a text message, and it can play that. It will automatically go to Google to generate a voice. But what I'm doing in this case is actually sending it an MP3 file. And that's kind of how that works. I haven't gone into too much technical detail. I didn't want to bore you with all that sort of stuff. But if you are interested in the technical details, do leave a comment below and I will get back to you. And I can show you and or share all of the code available. I hope you found this one interesting and I'll see you in the next one.